Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope all of you are doing fine. Today, I will be teaching you how to use an alternative learning platform designed for corporate trainers, teachers, and even skills instructors to assess their students' objective knowledge in the course. Introducing to you, Kahoot.
Hi, we're Kahoot. We're on a mission to make learning awesome.
Kahoot is a gamification software and it is commonly used as an educational technology in schools to engage students in a fun and interactive way of taking quizzes. Now, the question is, what is a gamification software anyway? Now, this refers to any tool or platform used for applying game mechanics to non-game contexts, meaning to say, your traditional way of conducting quizzes can become or can transform to a more interactive way through a game-based delivery. Now, we are currently learning in the pandemic and that developing your skills in these educational platforms will allow you to have the best resourceful options in conducting objective assessments to your students. And that's why for today's video, I will be teaching you how to create and conduct a quiz in Kahoot. But before anything else, you need to secure yourself a computer connected to a good internet connection. May it be your laptop or your PC or personal computer because that will be your main device. And in addition to this, I will be using terms and concepts that will be a little bit technical in Kahoot, but don't worry because I will be defining them for you in the demo. So if you already have a computer, let's begin. Alright, so the first step is creating your Kahoot account. Open your browser and go to kahoot.com. Next, click the sign up button in the top right of the screen. In choosing your account type, you will have a variety of options to choose from. Now, since we are going to administer a quiz, let's go ahead and click on Teacher. Then, describe your workplace by clicking on which teaching institution are you working. In school, being from a K-12 school or a technical vocational school, in higher education, or perhaps you are working in a public school administration, or in business if you are working in a for-profit institution as a teacher. In this case, let us select the first one. Then, you will be redirected to a page where you will enter your email and password. Now, for a much convenient entry, you can also use an existing account in Google, Microsoft, Apple, and even Clever. Simply click on the corresponding buttons below. After inputting your email and password, a small window will appear to inform you whether or not your Google, Microsoft, Apple, or Clever email was already used to make a Kahoot account. But since this is your first time, just click on Continue and Sign Up to complete the process. And you can also unclick the box if you don't wish to receive any information, any offer and update from Kahoot to your email address. That's up to you. So let's click on the button and just wait for it to load. Now, an advertisement for premium subscription is expected to appear, so scroll down, close that window regarding the cookies, or you can just go ahead and click on continue for free, and you will be redirected to your homepage. You have to remember that your Kahoot homepage is the introductory page of the website that serves as a table of contents or menu that you can operate. It may seem like a lot is going on in your homepage right now, but don't be confused. Just focus on the green rectangular menu at the center. These are the 3 basic tasks that you can accomplish as a starter, but you can just skip the first task to play a demo game since our main focus is creating a quiz. I would like you to also be familiar of the navigation bar. The navigation bar is located on top and it links to appropriate sections or pages in the Kahoot website. Alright, let's begin. When creating a quiz, you can click on Create on the right side of the navigation bar, or simply click on task number 2, Create a Kahoot in the green rectangular menu. A window with different options for use will appear. So select Create under New Kahoot. And that's it. And this is your working area. Your working area has three main sections. You have the content part, the left sidebar, and the right sidebar. The content part is at the center and occupies the largest space. The top bar is where you type in your question, where you have a 120 character limit. It also has certain text modifications that you can use, such as bold and italics. You also have options for math equations such as the subscript, the superscript, and many more. In the middle part is the blue add button where you can add an image, a recording, or a video. And at the bottom part are your options. On the left sidebar, you will see all of your questions, while on the right sidebar, you can see the question type, the time limit, the points, and the answer options. Don't worry because we will be going into detail into these parts as we go along. Now you can start typing in your first quiz question and add 2 to 4 alternative answers as distractors. So for this tutorial, I decided to use a sample quiz on welding, being a technical vocational course. After typing in all the options, don't forget to set the correct answer for each question by clicking on the circular button found inside each rectangular option. And don't worry because your changes will be saved automatically as you continue. On the right sidebar, adjust the timer and decide for the amount of points to award for a correct answer. You can select double points for a question that you think is much more difficult and standard for easier questions. In the answer options below, you can also toggle if students can select one or more than one answer for the question. From the left sidebar, click Add Question to create more quiz items. Depending on your subscription, you can add the following question types in addition to the free multiple choice and true-false quiz. Remember that we are accessing Kahoot using the free version, that's why some options cannot be accessible. And you will see that these options are indicated with the star symbol. But let me walk you through the following question types. Type answer basically asks students to type a short correct answer. The puzzle will ask students to place answers in the correct order. Then, the quiz plus audio allows you to write a quiz question to be read aloud for your students. Next, the poll option can collect student inputs and opinions to your question. Then, the word cloud can collect short free-form responses from the class. Next, the open-ended button will ask students to type a long answer like an in-depth feedback. And lastly, the brainstorm will collect, group up, discuss, and vote on ideas. So much for that. Let's continue. If you have chosen a multiple choice question like this one, but then realize that it should have been a true or false question, you can go to the right sidebar and easily change the question type by clicking on the list. And then set the correct answer, the time limit, and the amount of points. Now here's another feature. You can add an image or video to make the question more engaging for your students. Click on the blue Add button at the center. You can upload an image from your computer or choose one among hundreds stored in the platform's built-in image gallery. So I decided to type in welding and look at the results. After choosing, I decided to also add a picture in my first question, but this time using a photo from my computer. Click on the Add button again and find the picture on your computer. So it's nice that you have prepared and downloaded pictures ahead of time to make your task easier. On the left sidebar are your questions, right? You can drag and drop questions to change their order if needed. Just like this, drag and drop. Add all the test questions by repeating the same steps. Type in the question, add some distractors for multiple choice questions, set the correct answer, set the time limit, and the points. Now listen, here's another feature in Kahoot. You can also use pictures as choices. In order to do this, click on the image icon on the choices below and select from your gallery. Again, It's convenient for me to organize all the pictures I will be using in one folder to easily retrieve them. And it's nice that we also use this feature to test our students on their knowledge on certain tools and equipment and how they look like, even for paintings that they need to identify authors, places, and many more. Now here's a trick that will definitely make your task easier. Well, this might not be a surprise to some, but for those who do not know, you can do split screen and copy paste your questions. I have prepared my list of questions in a Word document. I even highlighted the correct answers with red. So if you also have your questions in a document, you can follow this trick. Or you can just continue doing it the previous way. And for those who don't know how to do split screen, if you're a Mac user, you can click and hold the green full screen button in the upper left corner of the window and choose tile window to left of screen or tile window to right of screen, and the window then fills that side of the screen. Now for window users, click on your Windows key and then press either the left or right arrow key depending on which side you want the window to be located. So for me, I clicked on the Windows key plus the left arrow key, and there you have it. And then to your right are the other windows that you can place beside it. Make sure to click on the Kahoot window, and that's it. Two windows squeezed together in your screen, allowing you to easily copy-paste your questions. Let's try question number 6. Copy, and then paste. The same goes with the choices. Oh, for this one, I need to unbold the text. And then set the correct answer. Now in this setup, you have to know that the orientation of the buttons has changed. So to add another question, click on the blue Add button that is now located at the lower right corner of the window. Again, repeat the same steps. And after typing all the questions in, minimize your Microsoft Word window and maximize your Kahoot window. Then, go ahead and set the time limit and amount of points for each question. Remember to also double check your questions, your choices. Look for grammatical and typographical errors, some inconsistencies. And when you're done, click Enter Kahoot title on top to add your title on the quiz. Now, you can also fine-tune other settings. For example, in the Kahoot summary screen, you can add the description, a cover image, or define who can see your Kahoot. May it be only you or for all users. Then, click Done. After that, hit Save, click Done, and you can see that you are already in your library where all of your future Kahoot quizzes will be found. At this point, I will be teaching you how to conduct your quiz. Whenever you're ready, click on the Start button at the right side of your screen. Just wait for it to load, and then you will see the two types of mode that you can choose from when conducting your quiz. But first, let us fine-tune the settings. Click on the settings icon at the left side of the screen. Make sure to click Show Questions and Answers so that students can see the questions and answers in their devices. You can change other settings as well, such as the language, the lobby music. You can choose something exciting to ease their tension. You can also randomize questions if you want, and even allow a nickname generator. Now, if you're done with everything, close the settings screen and choose your mode. You can select Classic mode if you want players to go head-to-head using their own devices, or click on the Team mode if you want students to play in teams using one device. Now for this demo, let's go ahead and choose the Classic mode. You can create a Google Meet video call beforehand and share the meeting details in your Google Classroom or Messenger group chat. Instruct your students to open the Kahoot app or go to kahoot.it in any browser. Ask your students to enter the PIN code in their devices to join the quiz. Make sure to agree on what nickname or identification will they use. You can ask them to put their first name or their last name, so it's up to you. Now you will be seeing your students' names in the lobby. When everyone is joined, you can also click on the lock icon to prevent players from joining in, but it would still be okay if you don't. Click Start and administer the quiz one question at a time. Now, during the exam, the timer will be seen at the left side and the submitted answers on the right side. After every question, you will see how many answered correctly and incorrectly. You can proceed and click the next button on the upper right corner of the screen. Then, a scoreboard will show up to reflect the current standing of your students after every quiz item. So all you need to do is click on the next button whenever you're done and ready. And that will be your only task during the quiz. So all you need to do is wait until you finish the last item. When the quiz is done, there will be a podium to recognize the top 3 players or teams who garnered the highest score. After this, click on the next button and I will be teaching you how to record the scores. Go ahead and click on View Full Report and then click the green button to view the key statistics of the quiz. Click on the 3 dots above to access additional options. There, you can download a report in a spreadsheet file. All you need to do is select Download Report and confirm. After downloading, open the spreadsheet file and you will be presented the key stats of your quiz. Click on the Final Scores sheet tab below to view and record the scores. There you can see the number of correct answers of your students, which will go directly to your class record. And of course, you also have the number of incorrect answers. In addition to this, you can also peruse over the summary of your quiz and the statistics of every test item in the sheet tabs below. Simply click on the tab you want to view. You can identify questions that were the most difficult and might need reteaching in the next meeting. So as you can see, it provides a more accessible and visual overview of analytics, and that it also presents various useful insights in an easy to process way. And once you're done going over the quiz, you can now exit the Kahoot website. And that ends my demo. As you can see, Kahoot works as an energetic and a lively platform with a unique and visualized way of conducting quizzes. All you need to do is really master your working area. The configurations, the steps, just remember the steps, okay? And I really hope that you would use Kahoot in one of your classes soon, but for today, after you finish watching this video, I want you to create your own quiz of any topic in Kahoot and conduct the quiz to your classmates or to your friends. And I want you to screen record the part where you conduct the quiz, okay? And submit the video on or before next week, Monday, okay? And that's it. That's it for your lesson on educational technology for now. And thank you for listening. Thank you for sitting with me today. And I really hope that you learned Kahoot and learned it the fun way. Goodbye, everyone.